Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to another episode of our Let's Play for F1 Manager 22 as we continue our worst to first run with Williams Racing. And we're still effectively worst. I mean, we weren't worst technically last year because we hit 9th, but we're still 9th this year. For all intents and purposes, we're more or less the worst, or second to worst, if you will. I don't know. We're at the bottom, and we got a lot of improvement to work on. It's been a little while since my last episode, partly because I recorded quite a bit, because I was actually having some fun with the game, but also partly because I delayed recording a bit over the weekend. Actually, I was going to record some last week as well at the time that I'm talking about this, but they were going to be releasing a new patch for this game that was going to balance a few things, specifically around tires and things like that, and I wanted to make sure we waited for that because there are definitely some, well, leading up into the patch, there were definitely some glaring holes in the balance of the game overall. There was basically no point in running soft tires at all. There's no strategic advantage for running soft tires. And I'm hoping with the new balance changes, they have improved that and made that more of a worthwhile endeavor if you want to risk a double pit and go with softer tires or something like that. So something to think about. So we are on actual patch 1.8. It was going to be 1.7, but it looks like they skipped 1.7 altogether, which usually, as a software programmer myself, that usually just means that either something wasn't ready for 1.7, so they had to kind of push it out, and whatever was going to be 1.7 just got rolled into 1.8, or sometimes it could also be that you had something really exciting that you planned for, like that 1.8 patch, and you realized that if you waited just a little bit longer for 1.7, you could sneak that thing in there as well, and so then it rolled for that reason as well, stuff like that. So who knows what the reason was. Either way, we got the tire update and a few other updates. I'm not going to go through all the patch notes or anything like that, but there were some a few bug fixes and things like that. Some of the issues where cars that were racing side by side, they would actually have some problems where they would kind of stack up weird, and it was really weird. Like they would take turns almost. So there's some improvements there. So hopefully that makes the races a little bit more fair and realistic, I guess, because we want to work hard and improve our car. But if you're improving your car just to face bugs, then you know that doesn't really help you. And if your tires, there's no strategy with the tires, then you know that takes out honestly a big advantage that the human player has against a computer is being able to strategize a little bit differently. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we get into this and see how things are going. I did see a comment on one of my videos saying that I should fire Hogger here, and maybe we will at some point if we decide that he's just not going to work out for us. But for now, he's still improving. We're getting there. And we'll keep getting him improved as well as the other guy, as well as Theo, and we'll see if we can get these guys to a state where they're gonna be somewhat decent for us. If not, we'll let them go and we'll move on. I think Theo, I'm really liking Theo for the most part. I'm not sure if I'm liking Hogger quite yet. We'll see what he does for us as time goes on, and see if we can get him to be a little bit better. We're gonna keep balancing out these guys. I feel like that's okay. Maybe the right move, wrong move, who knows. You've actually got 2 development points, my friend. Let's see here. Guess we'll come down here and work on your defending and your overall adaptability, and that looks good to me. A couple other suggestions in the comments. I'm probably going to forget all the suggestions because, again, it's been a while since I've recorded, and I've just been reading all the comments. I should have written them all down. Use old engines for practice, so that way we're not just running down our main engine. So that could be a useful tip to go with. Some people have noticed that they like the one race per episode, so that we can really kind of focus in on the race and really zero in on, you know, overtaking, things like that. There was a few tips around overtaking and using the kind of the different settings for ERS and taking advantage of DRS, things like that. So I'll see if I can remember all of them. If I don't, bear with me. I am just learning this sport, if you will, in this game as time goes on, and of course I expect, just like my drivers here, as we give them skill points, you guys don't visibly see my skill points getting locked in, but I'm going to learn a little bit more every single time we play. So that is the way I feel, and hopefully that is okay with you guys, that you guys see me learning. Hopefully you guys are learning as well if it's something that you're not familiar with. I do also, I'm not going to show you, but there is a website called F1 Setup, all one phrase, .it, and it literally is a way to help you lock in the setups for your practice sessions. And I'm okay with websites like this because quite frankly, if you're telling me that as an actual real life person, I'm not sitting there with spreadsheets and math and calculations and whatever, I have all that stuff in front of me to really, you know, tune the car perfectly for a specific track, I would have to believe that's a real thing, right? And so I think stuff like this is actually okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I'm not going to show the website just because it's on a different screen and everything like that. But f1setup.it, I'll try to remember to make a comment about it, or put it in the description if I remember. I probably will forget to put it in the description, but if one of you guys says, hey, you didn't say where this was, and remind me, I'll reply to that comment and make sure I give you the website. But again, you can just look up F1. Honestly, all I did was looked up F1 Manager Calculator, and it was the very first thing that came up. So yeah. All right, let's get into this. Home screen. Let's see. Next up is Miami International Autodrome. Anything special we want to look at for this? We do at some point need to start looking at information about the circuits and things like that. One thing I do want to start kind of taking it, you know, being more in tune with and familiar with are the DRS stuff, right? So there is 3 actual detection zones for this one. So if we're within a second of the car in front of us, or if the car behind us is within a second of us, at each of these points on the map or on the track, then we qualify for DRS for the next stretch. And I'm assuming, which direction is this race? Oh, okay, this way. I was like, where's the direction? So here's one. So if we pass this check, then we'll get a DRS for right here leading into this corner. If we pass this check, then we'll get it for this nice long straight here. We'll get a good chunk of DRS. And then if we pass this check here, we'll get a tiny one right here, right as we cross the starting line, it looks like. So this one's very small. Honestly, I would be surprised if we could use this one for much of anything. This one back here, I mean, there's going to be some passing going on this one for sure. Ideally, what would happen... Well, let's see. I'm trying to figure out how you would do this. What you want to do, and this is what from watching some YouTube videos as well as from seeing some comments, you want to try to get a good pass with DRS leading into a section where you can then put some space between you and the car behind you so that they don't just automatically take it back again. Because if you're just flip-flopping, you know, DRS zones back and forth because you're both always within a second of each other, then you really never gain any ground that way. So we'll see what we can do. Honestly, I'm not sure if our cars are fast enough to take advantage of actual DRS zones, but we will try. There are a lot of what they call straight sections on this map, or on this map. I keep saying map. On this track. In fact, there's a lot more straight sections than slow, medium, or fast sections. In fact, there's only a couple slow sections, really. Interesting. Car attributes, we definitely want to have acceleration, low speed, definitely high speed for cornering, and high speed for dirty air cornering. Now, dirty air cornering is... you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Dirty air is... Okay, when you're going down a straight, you want to be behind the car in front of you. Because being behind the car in front of you, you basically slide into their slipstream. Like they're breaking the air, disrupting the air, and it's just going to go around you better, right? They have this... Yeah, that's right. So you want to be behind the car in front of you. However, if you're right behind the car in front of you, when you're going around a corner, that's called dirty air. And the reason it's called dirty air is because you actually lose, by losing that air flow over your car directly, you don't have that downforce that you need to make the corner good. So you want to be behind people in the straights. You do not want to be behind people on the corners. In fact, sometimes you'll probably see cars back off a little bit going around a corner so that they can then get a better corner themselves and get all that airflow. Because, I mean, think of how aerodynamic these cars are. Like, they got wings and bits and bobs all over the place to give them that downforce they need for corners, and you want that. And if you're behind a car, you're going to get that disrupted. So something to think about. And if you guys already know all that, then just ignore me, I guess. But it's things that I'm learning, and I just want you guys to know that I am learning. Anything else we expect to see here? Here's the expected strategies. We'll have to take a look to see if these times, the average times. Oh, here we go. Average times. See, average lap times. Okay. Finally, before this patch, on a lot of tracks, I'm not sure if it was every track, but a lot of tracks that I was seeing, the average lap time for hards was actually better than the softs, because by the time you calculated in the full lifespan, the hard just was better. Now, obviously, the soft starts off better, but it degrades so quickly that the hard ultimately just was too good in a way. But now the softs are properly better on an average by average basis. And they degrade faster, which if they're degrading this fast and yet they are still better on an average, that means fresh soft tires are going to be significantly faster than hard tires. In theory, if it works the way it's supposed to, which is what you want to see. So we'll take this into account. We'll see what this looks like. Cool. All right. I'm sorry if that was a lot of talk through things, but again, there's a lot of changes that have been going on, and I've also been learning a lot myself. So bear with me. Performance targets. We'll come back to that here in a little bit. Inbox. What we got going on here? We've got a front wing that's been manufactured. Awesome. We've got a rear wing manufactured. Awesome. Someone did point out that I do already have the best rear wing in the lineup. We'll have to go check to see what that looks like. It is a new ATR period starting today, so we can do some more development. And monthly car development report. We are currently 3rd on acceleration for DR. Wow. I guess that's that rear wing stuff, right? I mean, it's not first anymore, but we are up there. That means we're going to be able to take advantage of DRS more than most of the cars in the field, which is pretty cool. Let's see. Anything else that we can see jumping out at us? I mean, 15th in a couple of these places is pretty good. I mean, if we could get 15th, top 15 in every race, that'd be nice. But we still have a lot of improvement to work on, as you can tell. All right. Post race, we don't care about that right now. Financial, we've been pushing the finances pretty hard, haven't we? Let's see. If we go look at not the last 30 days. Let's look at. There we go. We got some projected balance that's going to be going up pretty quickly, but we have been just using every bit of money we can get as we've been getting it. So, right, wrong, or I don't know. We'll find out. Great raise, board confidence, obviously still high confidence, and all is good so far. Yeah, definitely smoothness for Hogger. I would agree. We really need to improve that a lot. All right, we're gonna go design some new parts. Let's see, cars, car development, new project. We don't have any current projects going right now, right? We do have an underfloor going. Okay, fair enough. So we're gonna go ahead and go with a new project, and we're gonna go ahead and go into. Oh, it's time for research, isn't it? Do we call that quits on everything because we can now do the research? I think we do. I think we develop as far as we can, and then we've got to start researching for the next year. This may be wrong. This may be a completely wrong decision to make, but I feel like we're not going to make our improvements this year. We're not going to suddenly be like in points this year. We've got to make our improvements long-term, think long-term, and hope that can help us out. So, on that note, since there's only... I might be doing some research on the chassis, the side pods, and the underfloor, because those are the only ones that don't have any technical changes for next year. And I would like to make improvements that don't just suddenly get wiped away. I mean, not that it's going to be a huge wipe, to be fair, but it's enough of a wipe that I would prefer to avoid that. So, on that note, if we can... What are we looking at here? Obviously, we want to put some hours in. I'm just going to put in a third of the hours. Which will be 2.2. Because we got 3 parts that we can work on. And I guess I'll put in a third of this, which is 29. Alright, so that would get us up to... Let's see, I'm going to look at... What am I looking for? Why am I blind on the... Doesn't it normally tell you, like, how much of an improvement on the... against the field you are doing? Maybe it's the next screen. I mean, decent improvement on hinge and cooling. Decent improvement on... Well, not great improvement on high speed. It's not really much there. Really nothing on the top speed from DRS. Really minimal there as well. It's really just the engine cooling that we're getting a big advantage from here. Everything else is going up minimally. Now, obviously, we still have to do some focusing here. Again, I thought there was a way to... Why am I not seeing the field? Am I blind, or did they take that out? Maybe they took that out. What do we want to focus on the most? Probably the thing that we're the worst on. But again, that's where I wanted to see the how we're looking at against the field. Let me go back for a second. Was there a setting that I just missed? No. That's all. Am I just maybe it's the other development. Am I just misremembering how this thing works all of a sudden? It's not been that long. What do we want to focus on then? I mean, race performance is obviously usually a pretty decent thing to think about. Focusing on fewer attributes yields larger performance. So yeah, we're just really focusing on drag speed reduction here. Maybe the best thing I can do is, let's do this. Let's go back and let's find where we rate against the field, since I apparently can't see it on that screen. There we go. Grid on rank. Grid on rank. Rank on grid. We'll just see what we're worst at. So if I were going to do a chassis which covers primarily top speed acceleration and engine cooling, although it does help some of the other things a little bit, the one we're the worst on is engine cooling. So maybe that's the thing that we focus in on the most. All right. Maybe this is the wrong way to do it, but we're going to go with it. So, try this again. And go there. And we're going to go ahead and focus in on optimized cooling. Fully focus in on engine cooling. Really get that in a good place, hopefully. And still get some benefit from other things, but primarily engine cooling, since that is the one we're hurting the most. So next season car, research benefit plus 1 or 1.78. This is the thing where as we get more and more research, we'll get better and better at, right? We'll see. We're going to put half of our... Not half of our engineers. We're going to put 5 of our engineers on this, right? A third of our engineers? Yeah, that's what we want. And... confirm. And then I just want to go immediately research the side pods. What do side pods help? Top speed acceleration and engine cooling, which again, engine cooling is probably the thing we're the worst on. So we're going to keep focusing on that. Again, we're still getting improvements on the other things, so it's not like it's doing nothing for us. But optimize cooling. And we're getting some pretty big boosts to engine cooling. What does that actually equate to, and how does that actually help us? Guess we'll find out. Hopefully it means less wear and tear on our engines. That would be nice, because our engines have been struggling to make an entire season right now with the 3 engines that we start with. So ideally that would be something that can help us out. We shall see. Did they take out the ability to we'll have to check next time we get some engineers. They had an ability where you could just max out all of your points. Just literally send them all to the top level and just pay extra money, which I thought was kind of cheating. So I never actually did that, and that's why I never really talked about it. I've just been using those sliders and things like that to keep it within a certain balance. But hopefully they took that out at some point, because I don't know, that feels kind of silly. All right, that is done. Anything else we need to look at? Don't think so. Probably need to get some more underfloor designed, to be fair. We'll go with this for now. Refurbishment complete. Oh, that's right. We got to check our stuff there. Tour center. So we're already at max level on the tour center. Good. Anything else we need to worry about? I mean, at some point we definitely want to do the weather center, but I think for right now we're okay. We probably need to refurbish these soon-ish. But again, not super critical right this second until it gets a little bit lower, probably. I have to spend the money on refurbishing it. I'd rather kind of make as much bang for a buck as possible. Honestly, if we got the money, I'd really like to continue to improve these. There's engine cooling right there. Might be worth putting some points into. Let's do that. We're working on engine cooling right now, so that's apparently our theme of this year, just because it's one of the things that's not getting affected by next year. All right, we probably should get some more underfloor. We need engineers for that, don't we, though? Or do we? I can't remember if we need that for the... All right, let's see how much of an improvement. I mean, it's minimal improvement. Moves us up like a couple spots in a few things. Actually, it moves our top speed from 18th to 15th. But we can just go normal. We just need a couple probably, just so we have a backup. Okay, so I couldn't remember if it needed engineers or not for some reason. All right, since we're not developing anymore, we can go ahead and get all of our current, stuff up to a good, comfortable place. Helipad poor condition. Well, we definitely want to get that improved because oh no, it's not poor. It's well, it's in 75% or 80% right now. So we'll leave it as is. Again, I want to try and not just refurbish everything every time we turn around. Okay, so definitely need to look at the car setups here. Do you have the best of all of these? Yeah, so we're C2, FW, front wing 3. So we did get a third front wing, which is pretty cool. Rear wing, we're on the third one of there, which is awesome. Again, that goes back to that whole pretty decent improvement. And we're at 4th on acceleration with in the DRS acceleration, I should say, which is not bad. Did we get any side pods yet? We did not, which is fine. We'll get some next year. We do have some underfloors being created, and the suspension, we're still on the first one, which is fine. All right, we'll go with that for now. And then powertrain. I wonder if you do the same thing with gearboxes for practice. Do you just use bad gearboxes for practice and then swap them out for the race, or can you? Is that something you can do? Maybe we'll look at that. We'll leave the gearbox on for now, since we still got practice coming up. Miami Grand Prix, race prep. We've already looked at the sponsor targets. Nothing that we're really worried about right now. We're not in a position to be able to affect that too much, unfortunately.
We're in the station.
All right. Can we? Let's see. We're gonna go ahead and go into the first practice. All right. Let's car setup. Not car setup. We want to do what am I looking for? Car parts. Can we? Is this the worst engine we have? Can we not change this? Oh, we can't. Okay, I was just looking at it wrong. So yeah, we got the worst engine off right now, which is fine. I guess we've got the worst DRS, whatever that means. And then gearbox. We're gonna go ahead and put on this bad gearbox again, just for practice. And maybe this is the wrong move. Maybe it was only for engines that people were saying that you should do that. We're gonna go ahead and go with that. Save a good one for the race, assuming that we can swap those back. Everything else looks good here. And we're going to run this first practice. I do want to give you guys both a bit more fuel. And, all right, car setup. We're just going to, I'm still going to go ahead and do the thing where I put them on one end or the other, just so I know which direction they're going. And I should have started with this one, but that's okay. That's pretty close. I mean, we'll most likely know which direction it's going once we've got some more information. So we'll go with that. And then for you, car parts fitted. You do still have the bad gearbox. That's fine. Engine, we're good. And then ERS, we're obviously, there's only 2 of them anyway. So presumably that's the bad one. You're almost there. Straights were okay. Front wing. I might move that slightly. Just really want to make sure we kind of make this as easy as possible to know exactly which direction we need to shift things. It might be a little hard to... Alright, we may just have to go with that. One's sort of in the middle, but the rest are okay. And then 18 laps. Hopefully that's enough. Okay, let's go. Sorry it's taking me a lot to build up to get this, but once we get rolling, we'll be fine. We're going to manage practice 1. Hopefully we can get this locked in within a practice or 2, and then we can just simulate the last one. We're just going to go ahead and send you guys both out. As is, it's fine.
check.
That is a bit loud. Let me turn that down. And we're just going to go on 16 speed and hope that we get 505. Oh, they're literally neck and neck. Maybe that's not quite what we meant. I should have delayed them a few seconds, but that's okay. We're the fastest on the... Oh, no, we're not.
We've just had a spin.
Wow, we're really not going to get more information? Come on. There we go. There's 205. Maybe 18 laps isn't enough. Goodness. Feels like it's going slow. There's 3 of 5. Four or 5. Now they did change the fuel. What it tells you here, it just tells you your difference in kilograms for what you should be at this point in the race. So it's not that fluctuating thing where, based on how you ran that last lap, we can go and pull you back in. It says you're 12 laps over, and then suddenly the very next lap you're 3 laps behind because it just the calculation was just kind of a little wonky. They have fixed that out. Well, I say fixed that out. I think it's better. You guys might have a different opinion, but I think it's definitely better. All right. Reconfigure. All right, we're going to try this for the first time. We are on the Miami. Where is Miami? Miami, United States. Clear the feedbacks. All right, so we are on 10% on the front angle, 13% on the rear, 6 to 4. Goodness, I can't talk. 6.4. 6 to 4 ratio on the roll distribution. I'm assuming this is what that means. 2.7 degrees negative. So literally all the way to the left, and then 1 degrees all the way to the right. And we are, we can check this. So we got a great on oversteer. We've got a bad high, too high. That's cool about this calculator. Cornering is bad, too low. And then traction is bad, also probably too low because of how we set that up. And then straights is great. So now we click the Find Setup button, and it tells us with a degree of certainty. Basically, it's got it down to... I mean, this is only the first run. We've got like 100 setups that it could tweak this in better, right? But as we do more and more of these, it'll start fine-tuning this to down to like 2 or 3 setups that are going to unlock you in. So it is suggesting that I put this at 8.5. 13 stays, 3.7 on you, negative 3.35, and stay at 1. So we're good there. We're good there. Looks pretty good there. This is a pretty big jump, and that looks pretty good. So yeah, this is looking pretty nice. Do we want to change tires? Yes, we do. Put another pair of softs, although we do want to try and save some softs for race for sure, which we do have that locked in, which is good. But just to be safe, we want to make sure maybe if we need a second set or something like that, we'll keep an eye on it. We may run mediums at some point. No, I don't want... There we go. Confirm the soft transition. And we're still doing 8 laps. Come on, get your 5th. There we go. Just going to make sure you bring it back in. Should have one more out for both of them. So this should be, I'm assuming, slot 2. All right, still stays. Yep. So this is Miami as well. All right, then let's see. We got 7 on the front. 12.5. 7 to 3. Negative 3.05. And 0.85. Cool. And the actual feedback was, all right, we got good on the oversteer. Just funny, we are outside of that window, but it is good. So hopefully we'll bring that down a little bit. Bad, too high. Bad cornering, which we don't know if it's too high or too low. I'm assuming it's too low, but it's really close to right in the middle. So we're just going to leave that on normal bad. So that does change things a little bit. It does, they're going to probably try both sides of that. And then bad too high on the straights. Okay. So now we find our setup. And they say 7, 13.5 on this, 5 to 5. So split down the middle. Negative 3.35 and 0.45. So how are we looking? Looks decent there. Not bad. Not bad. As long as these are all within this new window, that's feeling pretty solid to me. So obviously we need to change tires. Another pair of softs. Confirm. Let's go. We'll see how this calculator works. I'm liking it so far. Takes a long time to reconfigure these things. All right, yeah, this will be the last one we can do for this practice session, but hopefully we'll at least get one more full set of 5 of 5 and give us something going into the next practice session. This might be a bit of a long episode just because of coming back and talking about a lot of things, so bear with me. I'm still going to probably sim qualifying because I just don't think it matters for us. We're not in a position to really make a huge difference there. Once we start really kind of competing for it, once we get to the point where we can actually potentially get past that first round of qualifying, we might start doing it ourselves maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But until then, I just don't know if it makes much sense. Getting our track knowledge. The longer we leave him out, the more track knowledge we'll get. Nowhere's crashed. That's no good. Did I call you in? I didn't mean to call you. Okay, no. Good. Let's make sure I didn't call you in. Let's get one more point here, buddy. Actually, I'm going to leave you running out. I'm just going to let them stay out until they're done with their fuel. Because at this point, I just want them to get as much track knowledge as possible. We'll already have 5 of 5 going into the next practice session. We weren't going to be able to get them back out again anyway. We'll just let them finish out. Continue to get as much knowledge as possible. Or track acclimation, I should say. Alright, so he's already coming back in, which is fine. We'll check that here again between sessions. And we're up to 35%. I mean, that's not bad. Oh, I meant to use my backup driver. Oh well, it's okay. We can only use him on day 1 too, so I meant to use him. Not a big deal. I just forgot. It's all the other things going on. I've kind of forgot what. I forgot that one step. I mean, it's not the end of the world. He's really just a backup driver, just to be a backup driver. So I'm not super worried about it, but would be nice to kind of get him some points where we can. All right. Well, we're already at 76 and 81. I don't know if that's so much the calculator or just, I don't know, got a little bit lucky the first time through. But hopefully we can get that locked in a little bit better here in a moment. Can we change you out now? Okay, can only take part in P1. I thought it was the day 1. I forgot that it was only P1. That's fine. No worries. So we definitely want to change compounds. We're already on softs. Do we want to be on softs? I guess one more set of softs is probably okay for both of you. We do still want to go up to 18 laps for now. I'm okay with that. Doesn't seem to be any penalty other than we're a little bit slower, but from a practice session standpoint, I don't really care. All right, we can check this out. So we're back to car 1. And we are on great on this. We are bad to high for this. We are great for cornering. There we go. Again, now we're locked in. We are good for traction, so it's a little bit of improvement there. And we're optimal for straights. That's awesome. That is awesome. All right, fine setup. Now we're down to 30 possible setups, which is not bad. 8.5, 13, 2 to 8, negative 3.35, and then bring us all the way down to 0.4. So that's a little small nudge there, pretty big nudge there, small nudge there. Yeah, this is looking really good. I have a feeling this is going to get us really close to where we want to be, because this looks really good to me. This is exactly what I would do. I just didn't know. The big thing this calculator helps with is, we'll look at it again here. I know where I want to put these lines more or less. I just don't know how to do the sliders properly to put them there, if that makes sense. Why are you not let me? What? Oh, I'm looking. I meant the wrong thing. Wow, I'll be all right, guys. I promise. I don't know if I mentioned or not. I'm actually been sick all day, and I'm really trying to power through this because I really wanted to get an episode in, and I've been excited about the fact that the patch finally came out. Even though it may not be everything we want to see, it is still it's still great to see because I do want to like this game a lot, and I'm hoping it ends up being really good for us long term. But anyway, so my brain is not 100% there, quite frankly, but I'm gonna bear with me. I'm getting there, guys. All right, so we're optimal on the straights here as well. That's really cool. All right, so drop this down to 6.5. This stays. This goes to 4 to 6. Not wrong direction. This goes to 3.5, 4.5, I should say, and down to 2.5 or 0.25. So small nudge there. A little bit of a nudge there, small there. Yep. This again, this is looking like exactly like what I'd probably do. The only one here that might be different is that for cornering, I might have gone the other direction, but it's possible that you couldn't go the other direction based off the other slider. So, no, this is looking really good. I'm really happy with this so far. All right, we'll go ahead and manage this practice session as well. We really want to get this as close to 100% as possible. Again, not that the big bonuses matter that much for us, but I would imagine, truth be told, is it possible that these freebie points matter more for us than the best drivers? Because if you're at 97 on your driving skill for one category and you get, you know, a couple extra points, is that not like only like a percentage increase? Whereas if we're at 50 and we get a couple extra points, isn't that like it's like double the increase, you know, percentage based on where you were? Maybe it doesn't work that way, but in my mind, it's like, giving us a couple points means a lot more than giving the top drivers a couple points because they're already just extremely good anyway. So who knows? Maybe I'm just wrong. Okay, let's go ahead and send you out. We'll wait a beat or two, and then we'll send you out. Okay, just so you're not stacked up like you were last time. Come on, I think we can get this above 90% in this session. In fact, this first pit right here, I would not be surprised if they're already both at above 90%. And you really only need to be like 95 plus, I think, to get the full 15 points. I think I've seen that before. I didn't even check to see if there's going to be rain on race day. Oh, we got a 15% chance of rain here, going up to 40. But don't know that there's going to be any water actually on the track or not. I guess we'll find out. I'm still not sure if I 100% understand how the water works. I need to figure out the water stuff because I don't feel like it's... I don't know. Something's off with that. With what my understanding of how it's supposed to work. And again, the funny thing is that water in Motorsport Manager was like... That was my way of getting points. Is that I was always better at managing the teams during water than the AI was. But in this game, I'm still missing something. And it's probably very much just a misunderstanding of how much water is actually on the track for the graphic that it shows. Because it doesn't actually tell us the number. I wonder if we've got the weather station improved, if it would actually give us a more accurate quantity of how much is there. I actually don't know. I doubt it, but you never know. Like how... our car number 1 guy is just a little bit better at feedback. He always gets his done first, even if he goes out last. All right, there we go. Number 1, there we go. Call it. All right. How do we do? Does it say 93%? Wow. Told you. We're going to be above 90. All right. Back to car number 1. We are at optimal here. We are at great here. Great here. Great here. And optimal here. Wow. Good stuff. So let's find a tiny tweak here. Really not much going to happen here. We're going to drop this down to 8. We are going to leave that alone. Put this up to 3.5 and put this up to 0.5. Tiny changes here. And we'll see if that makes a difference. I'm going to send you out on mediums probably now for this last stint. Just to use a little bit of that because we're going to need some sauce for later probably. And go. All right, 94 on you. Nice. See, we're getting there. All right, we are great. Good. Great. Optimal. And optimal. Okay, small change. Actually, I think only one thing changes. Literally just tow out. Just drops all the way down to 0. That is it. And that looks accurate to me. Nice. All right, we'll send you out on mediums as well. And go. And you guys can just run the rest of the practice now, because we're fine. Honestly, 93, 94, even if we didn't get better, which I'm pretty sure we will, that is good enough to go right into the race with, in my opinion. And we still have one more practice session. There's only 6 setups, if this is saying, left for car number 2 here. Oh, no, I forgot to send out. Not gonna have stacked up. That's okay. There's only 6 setups left for car number 2 here that are, like, potentially good. So we've really got this fine-tuned. Really, I mean, they're going to get, if we leave them out the rest of the time, they're going to be very close on that track acclimation to maxing out. And they should get it for sure in the P3.
There's been a crash.
No, a crash. Not us, at least.
Oh, did someone run wide there?
Are they going to get 5 of 5 this time? Since I forgot to send them out after reconfiguring. I don't know how long they were sitting there. I wasn't paying attention. Their track knowledge is going to be plenty high enough to max out in the next practice. All right, we're 4 or 5 over here. 6 minutes left. I think we'll get it. 4 or 5 here. 5 minutes left. Come on, one more. One more. I think you'll get it. Maybe not. There we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Get it, get it, get it, get it. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. There we go. Okay, good. I was like, it's annoying when you don't get 5 of 5 because you don't get the overall percentage. Even though it can still help you, you can still tune things. Don't get me wrong. It just doesn't give you the overall percentage, which is annoying. All right, we're still at the bottom, as you would expect at this point, quite frankly. Yeah, I think we locked this in, guys. Yeah, calculator's working. just FYI, in case it's not obvious. That's definitely helpful. And again, it's not like things that I wouldn't want to do myself. It's just it does all the whole slider things of how they adjust each other for me. Like I don't have to like think about, all right, when I do the anti-roll, it changes this other thing, and then this other thing, and I've got to go back the other way. It just saves a lot of that, which, again, as an actual professional in this sport, you would already have all that information. So it's not like it's information that we wouldn't normally have access to. All right. Cool. Well, then we're going to definitely sim this one. Might as well send you back to over here and insane. We're going to say optimal. Great. I bet it doesn't even change anything. I would be surprised if there's anything we can actually change to get any better here. Yeah, this is as close as it can get at this point. There's literally nothing else for us to change. And not that there's not somewhere somehow, but this is because obviously there's got to be 100% somewhere. But if we change something else, it's going to throw everything else out of balance so much that it's just not worth it at this point. So yeah, we're good. I don't care about the plan anymore because we're already in a good space. And then you, obviously, there's nothing to change. You are 100% locked in. Optimal the entire way down, I'm assuming. Perfect. So, let's go to practice 3. We are going to simulate this session. Because all they're doing now is just getting track acclimation. Hey, look at there. Now that we're actually tuned in, we're actually getting some positioning there. And we got our full 15 points. Somehow the confidence went down a little bit, which we can obviously change back to the 99%, I'm assuming. Why wouldn't we be able to? So I'm not too worried about that. I guess they were trying to tune in that last 1%, which is fine. Truth be told, though, I actually don't think it matters. If my understanding is correct, and this may be something that's misinformation from like YouTube and stuff. My understanding is the only reason to get these where you need them to be is to get the 15 points down here. Once you've got the 15 points down here, the rest of this doesn't actually make any difference, is my understanding. Again, that could be wrong information. That's just what I saw from at least, I know for sure one person. I thought at least 2 people on YouTube. So that means that there's really no point in us going back to the 99 other than just personal pride, because we've already got the 15 points. If I'm wrong about that, please feel free to correct me, but I think that is the case. Do we continue to run with the equipment that we've got set in place right now for qualifying? I think we go ahead and... Do we go ahead and put the good equipment in? You know what? We might as well. Yeah, it might run it down a little bit, but I think... I'd like to see what we can do. For car setup, we are going to go ahead and go back to our highest setup here. We want to... Just because personal pride, like I said. Car parts, we're going to go ahead and put on a good engine, I guess, for this. In fact, we might as well go ahead and put on good parts all across the board. Well, ERS we'll keep. That's fine. I don't think there's no point in swapping to the other ERS for that. This one we definitely will do. And we'll go with that. Wait, why is it... Oh, this one's already been used. I guess that's fine. 84%. I mean, we don't want to just keep using brand new ones all the time, because then we'll just never have... Eventually, they're all going to get worn out. So, I think this is okay. I think we're good. And then on you... We're going to change your engine as well. And again, if you guys suggest that I don't change the engines for qualifying either, let me know. But I think just doing it for practice is still going to save us a lot of mileage, literally, on our engines here. Cool. There we go. Start qualifying. I'm going to simulate just because. Well, I'm going to simulate this session. What are the odds that we get to Q2? There's no way, right? Oh, we're way down there. If we had ran it, we might have been able to push it further. But yeah, we're definitely not up there. I mean, we're not light years behind McLaren here. I mean, we're 0.3 seconds behind. That's not... I mean, it's not impossibly hard for us to cover that gap with some improvement in our car. All right, let's get into the race. Man, we're already 47 minutes into this episode. This is going to be a long race. Okay, strategies here. Is it going to be raining? Do we know that yet? What am I looking for? No rain suspected. Actually, a tiny improvement there. And look at that. See, I don't know how accurate this is. I'm hoping it's actually pretty accurate. There's literally a point. Oh, I guess that's a... Is that 1 second? Or is that... I guess that's 1 second. Because this is this would be, what, an hour-long race? Because it's 57 laps. And each lap's going to be, what? Probably a couple minutes. So, yeah. So, presumably probably about 2.5 minutes, something like that. I don't actually know what the lap time is. But I'm guessing based off of almost 60 laps. And you're basically an hour and a half. So, yeah. The difference here... over the entire race is 1 second. Whereas this is 5 seconds. So really what this tells me is that the 2 pits and finishing strong on a pair of softs is not a terrible strategy after all, because they've bumped that up to make softs a bit more worth it. I definitely don't want to run this strategy. Why would we ever run that strategy with double mediums? How is that? Oh, I guess because of the degradation. Are you serious? Is the degradation so much that you actually would want to even pit for second mediums instead? Just so that you can... That is an interesting concept. Because this is theoretically the fastest strategy here. Let me go back to you and see what your strategy... I mean, I don't know how accurate we should read into this. Like, the fastest strategy here is also the same one, but not significantly. I might actually have you run something like this just so we can split things up a bit on where they're pitting and just try it out. We're still pitting twice. Is pitting twice the new thing with this patch? I don't know. Means we can really push the tires pretty good on, honestly, all these stints. We'll try it. Why not? What's the worst that can happen? We find out something new. We will try it. How is medium hard gonna make it through the whole race if hard and medium doesn't? Oh, it doesn't. It doesn't really just doesn't. It degrades so much. I mean, you might be able to milk it through that and really go like cautious there, but no, I think double pitting is gonna be the way to go for sure, at least for this track. All right, let's go. Oh, let's do. We're gonna go ahead and go full on here. We're gonna go ahead and deploy. Is that deploy? I don't recognize this. There's deploy. I was like, I don't recognize the symbols for some reason. It's been a while. Go there. Deploy. Cool. Let's try this.
I hope I'm not tempting fate. One of the newest races in F1, and hopefully one of the most exciting too. It's the Miami Grand Prix.
All right, let's go watch. I guess we'll start with Hogger. In fact, we might even go to, let's see. What the view I want? Maybe.
Keep your eye down.
Just kind of get a good view of what's in front of us, what's behind us. Hopefully the improvements they've made to driving side by side are better off now. Obviously no DRS this first, what, couple laps? I forget how many laps you go before you actually DRS. Is it 5? I don't remember. It'll tell us here in a moment.
That was good.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
Come on, come on. I mean, I'm not expecting much from this first lap here, but see what they can do. Staying inside a lot, which I'm not sure what he's doing. He's not taking advantage of the clean air. I mean, obviously we're so stacked up here. There's just it's kind of dirty air is just going to be state of things these first few laps. But on these straightaways, why is he doing this? What is this? There we go. No, doesn't he want to be behind? Unless he actually thinks he's going to pass him, which apparently he is. Never mind. Ignore me. I'm obviously not a good race car driver. Was not expecting him to actually get a pass there. That was a clean pass. No DRS. Impressive. Other than that, though, back to my point, though. Unless you know you're about to pass, I do still feel like you want to be right behind him, right? Like to get that ground. But is he going to actually get another pass here? I'm going to be impressed. No. Yes. Is he going to cut it? Is he going to cut it? What? What? No, no, no. Get it. Oh, it's so close. I think he's got it. What? Oh my goodness. Hogger. Hogger's liking the new patch, guys.
Good job.
What is going on? Now, obviously, he's on mediums. Theo's still on hards, so presumably with the changes, hards are they're going to be worse. I mean, that's the. In theory, we're going to see some of the hards being a little bit on average further down this list earlier in the race, right? You want an advantage from your mediums. Otherwise, what's the point, right? Oh my goodness, is he getting another one? No, there's no way. Go, 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 go. What is he doing? No, he can't do that. That's too much. Good try, though. I know I'm only going at one speed, but this actually was kind of exciting here at the beginning. Unexpectedly. Oh, those tires are hot? Okay. I mean, they're a little bit warm, to be fair. But I'm not too worried about it just yet. We got a lot of cushion here to push these tires. Okay, so we are getting DRS now, lap 3, I guess.
That's great job. Great job.
We should show the DRS zones on this
good,
map.
that's good.
But I know there's one here, obviously. There's one across the back, and then there's one across this front here. So we're about to get a DRS zone right around this after this corner up here, right? So we're up to 4. What is going on? All right, I do need to pull the ERS back to a neutral. I don't want to completely burn it down right now. What is going on? Hogger showed up to play today, guys. All right, we're getting. I mean, everybody's getting DRS, right? Everybody's so close that we're all getting. But supposedly, theoretically, our DRS is one of the best in the field. So, oh my goodness, what was that? That was scary. I thought we were about to rear-end him. That was a little, yeah. All right, scaring me, man. Now, we would love to push this gap behind us to a second so that Norris, is it Norris? Or whatever his name is, he doesn't get a DRS anymore, but I think he's going to get it anyway because we're all about to get DRS right now, soon. There it is. Okay, there was a line. I saw it. Let's see, we're gaining some on him. Yep, we're gaining. Our DRS is so good. We're actually starting to put some distance here. I mean, we were really burning these tires, though. We're out of ERS now. Okay, we've got the second. Might be time to conserve a little bit at this point. Get us back up to at least 50%-ish. We've got some, though. Maybe we keep pushing. We're not... Oh, he's back within a second. There he goes again. I think he won't get DRS this one, though. I think we'll be okay. And Theo is already a second past Aston Martin guy, so he's not going to get chased down or anything like that, and he's right on the other guy's tail. I mean, I should go watch Theo here in a minute, but this guy's getting... Hogger is just starting this thing off. Good. Can he maintain, though? That's the big question. Oh my goodness. That coming into that corner is freaking me out every time. He's waiting to the last possible second, and even then, he's having to swerve off to the side to avoid hitting the car in front of him. All right, Theo's really gapping Aston Martin, so we're not even. I don't think we have to worry about Aston Martin at all, except until pit stop time. Then obviously things will swap up a little bit, but I think we'll be fine here. Let's just see if Hogger here can get something. Now he does have somebody on his tail again, unfortunately. Nah, he's right on his tail, but Theo is right there as well. So we're all part of the same pack right now. This is all part of the same DRS train, I guess, is what they call it. Oh, there we go. There's a second. There's a second for McLaren behind us. I think part of it's ERS. Our ERS is draining to 0, which we really don't want to see. All right, I know I've said it earlier. I need to harvest just a little bit. I need to get this above a point where we don't just hit 0 at a bad time. We need to get just a little bit above 50%, so that way we have, when we're doing neutral, we have a little bit of cushion there. Now we could always deploy. We could always overtake, things like that. For this first little bit, though, I'm just going to let it run for now. All right. We're settling into things. Let's just drop down to... We're actually going to drop down to standard. We have burnt these tires to a crisp. Fuel, we're going to go ahead and... Whoa! Again, we're going to get in a wreck, guys. I have a feeling we're going to get in a wreck. Let's settle in. We've destroyed these tires already, which is fine. We had some cushion, and if worse comes to worse... We can go mediums at the end instead of softs, and it's not that big of a deal. We've really toasted these tires, though. We had some cushion, though. We had some cushion. Maybe not this much. I mean, we're barely staying within that second, maybe, of the Alfa Romeo car in front of us. I don't know if did we get DRS on that one? Yeah, we got it here. So we're at least close enough here. Theo's dropping off. In fact, Aston Martin's catching back up with him. Dropping off the aggression. Definitely hurting us a bit, but we have to. We can't run aggressive the whole entire race. Like, that's just asking for disaster at some point. All right, we're going to jump up a little bit of speed. I think we're about where we should be in this race based on how things are going. If we can stay ahead of McLaren here, I will be pretty happy with that. What are they running? They're running mediums, so the fact that we're staying ahead of them and they're on mediums feels pretty good. Now we're 2 seconds behind these guys, so really just trying to settle in here. We're at 58%. I think we can go back to neutral here on both of you guys. Okay, we did get past there. I'm not super concerned about it just yet. We were, you know, conserving on our ERS.
Is that a new race position?
I would say we will get a DRS here. Not enough to pass, unfortunately. We're going to get another one here on the other side. But yeah, at this point, just settle in and just let our tires do what they got to do. Got to cool off a little bit. We're not so bad on the hards over here, but these mediums are just tore to shreds right now. Well, they're hot. Maybe not tore to shreds. Wrong term, maybe. But we were tearing them to shreds if we kept going. Man, we're having trouble chasing down this Haas guy. Yeah, we don't even have DRS, so McLaren is going to catch us here in a minute, probably. Yep, there he goes. That's fine, but now we'll have DRS. Hopefully. I could go back to overtake, because I kind of would like to keep him within my sights. Let's go back to 1. In fact, we're going to go ahead and go to overtake here, because we'll have DRS. In fact, I'm even going to go just push a little bit more. Let's just go all out. Let's see if we can get past him here. Because we're about to get a DRS zone. Just a moment.
Yep, copy.
Now, this is not the best one, probably. And if we don't get this, we can get on this backstretch, maybe. Now, no, we didn't get it here, but we can stay close. That's okay. Let's see if we can get it on the backstretch. Now, he's not going to have DRS. All right, here we go. Here we go. Come on, come on, come on. Go, 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 go. Can we get it here? Is it enough? Go, 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 go. I think because we cut inside, I think we have this. Just, no. I thought we had it. I think we got it. I think we got it. That was tough. Maybe tougher than it needed to be, but all right. Maybe we should have done that, but it was, I wanted to prove that we can. Maybe if nothing else. Oh, he took it back. He took it back. Because he had DRS there and we did not. But we'll have it on this back stretch. Or back, well, I say stretch. Not really much of a stretch. Back slow curve. Alright, Theo's actually struggling more than I'd like for him to. But again, we're kind of being very conservative right now. As this McLaren guy leads this. Everybody behind him, from 15th all the way down to 20th, is all part of the same train at this point. I mean, we know that when we push the cars, we can get up there. I mean, we were ahead of the Haas guy when we were pushing the car, but obviously, again, we can't do that the entire race, so we've got to figure out the best times to push. I mean, as our tires begin to degrade a little bit, it's probably best not to. I mean, we want to probably push a little bit more when they're fresh and got a little bit extra tread on them. So I think we're good here. I'm going to let you get above 50%, set you back over to neutral, and then I'm probably just going to speed up this little middle section till I get close to our first pit. We're just going to trade back and forth a bit. I'm expecting that's what's going to happen here. We might lose the second here just because we are still harvesting. Can we get this? Can we get this? Can we get this? We got DRS. All right, so there we go. Let's go back to neutral here. And let's go ahead and bump this up to, I think we're going to bump it up to 16x here. We're just going to let this middle bit run. We are going to lose a little bit of speed here, a little bit tough here, but we can get it back. And we've burned through our tires. I mean, that's a big part of it. We can't really push much more right now. Now, we are starting to lose a little. See, this guy right here is starting to lose a lot over the McLaren guy. So maybe a huge mistake. Curious how the pits are going to look. See, we're starting to lose a lot more here. But what, I mean, what are we going to do if we were actually like doing stuff? We're going to try and, you know, push it a little bit more frequently, maybe, but you know, we're really neck and neck with the fuel. Our tires are
Sounds like
dying. If we get below 30% here, we are going to be in big trouble. So we've got to be careful there. Once we come out on hards, I think we will push the tires again for quite a while, actually, because the hards can obviously be pushed more. I think we can actually pit at proper time here. Yeah. And we are going to pit on the hards. And that's it.
We'll be boxing.
Copy pitting.
We're temporarily back up to 15th because I think people were pitting, right? Actually, yeah, there's several people pitting. So not much to read because we're still buying Aston Martin, so
there's an overtake.
doesn't really mean much. Not sure if I like us being this close to each other, but hopefully they're benefiting it from somehow. So I got a lot of tire left on Mr. Hart over here, so we might have been able to push those a little bit longer than I did because I swapped him at the same time we swapped the medium guy. He probably could have pushed more. He can definitely push into his mediums a bit more though, if we can get these hards to last a little bit longer. There was really not much more left on these mediums though, so. Now these hards are not going to be as fast, so pushing is not going to make as much of a difference. But we're going to go ahead and see if we can get some stuff back here. We need to gain some ground. Let's just do a full deploy here. We might have to do a harvest, but I just want to try and gain some ground while we got a little bit of... Especially if we can get within a second of the other Aston Martin guy here. Get some DRS, help us get back into this a little bit more. Why is the camera doing this? And it's fine, I'll go back to this. I just was expecting it to catch up with my view, and I was looking at these down here. I'm like, wait a minute, the camera's just looking at the crowd. A little awkward. All right, we are within a second. We did not get DRS there, I don't think, did we? I didn't see it. I looked up for a second. We do get DRS here though, and that's going to help us close this gap. There we go. If we can get past him. Got a lot of open air between him and the next guy, though. A lot. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Go, 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 go. Don't know that we're going to get that one. And he's just going to have DRS on us here in a moment. Unless somehow we can push this... Even with him having DRS, no, we've got no ERS. He's going to get it right back here.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
We're going to hold on to it. Oh, we did hold on to it. He's going to get it again, though. I need to go back to some... I guess I got to go harvest. I got to get back up into something usable. I think he passes us here in a moment, though. Since he's got, you know, everything, basically. We've got nothing left. We've got a ton of ground to make up here, though. Have these guys not pit yet? No, they did. He already pit, and we're 7 seconds behind. Is our pit crew just that bad? Is that part of it? Maybe. I mean, he's got DRS on the guy in front of him, so he's not... I don't know that we're going to be able to catch this guy at this point. We're just falling further and further behind. I mean, Theo's making some moves, but do those moves really matter at this point since he's obviously still got a pit? That's going to change some things. Maybe, you know, it helps a little bit, obviously, but... Really would love to see this number start to come back down again. I don't know that's going to happen while we're... I mean, again, the guy in front of us is also on hards, but for some reason, we seem to be quite a bit slower on these hards than he is. Guess DRS makes a huge difference, doesn't it? I mean, we know it does, but I'm just saying, like, the fact that he does and we don't is just making a big difference here. But he can only go as fast as the car in front of him, effectively, right? I mean, at some point. But this is a pretty fast car. I mean, these guys are usually further up for sure. So if he's staying within a second of this car here, I forget the name of that team, to be honest. Again, I don't know all these teams. That's pretty impressive, actually. I don't know that we push you again until we get the mediums on there. Just not getting anything here.
McLaren with a great overtake.
I guess we keep pushing for now. I mean, it is running our engine down a bit, but I'd really like to gain some ground here, if at all possible. We're just not getting anything. I mean, the only good news is that we're keeping Aston Martin behind us for now. But that's also because we're pushing. If we stop pushing, he won't stay behind us anymore. We've about used up our grace period here, so I think we've got to drop back down to a more standard here. We'll keep pushing on the... Well, do we? Or do we conserve and just really push hard at the end? I guess we just conserve. It does mean that I think Aston Martin passes us, but hopefully we can do some back and forth a bit and just... nothing really changes much there. Alright, let's go look at you. See what you're doing. You're right on the other McLaren's tail. I'm assuming he has not pit yet. He has not. So he started out in the hards just like you did. I would like to push your hards maybe a lap past where we planned. Do we? I don't know, because the idea being if we can switch to like soft somewhere in here instead of double mediums, that might be pretty good. I'm going to harvest just a smidge here. I'd like to be able to come out and deploy as much as possible once we've got fresh tires. So we're going to see if harvesting a little bit gets us up maybe above 80%. Try that out. AlphaTauri, that's right. That's the name of that team. All right, we're above 80% now, so we'll go back to neutral. I don't want to go... I don't want to go to 100% because obviously then we'll start capping and we're not actually using it effectively, I don't think. Something I probably was messing up previously. Got a little bit of gap in fuel. I mean, we're getting past here. It's whatever. But these guys are probably all on fresh tires. Go away. A couple of these guys are on fresher tires, but nah. Not as fresh as you would expect, to be fair. Can we go one more lap past our optimal? Do we want to? Again, maybe we don't. I don't know. I feel like if we can get the softs, that last stint might be able to gain some ground there. We're at 38%. How close is the pit? I think we can go one more lap. And then theoretically, the degradation on hards is not as... I mean, not theoretically. It actually says it. It's not as drastic as mediums and softs anyway. So even if we did drop below 30%, because I just mistimed it, it won't be quite as punishing. But it still would be punishing. So we'd like to not do that if at all possible. But I think we might be able to make it one more lap. So we're going to ignore for now. I'm going to keep on in this. Hopefully this isn't a mistake. Go one more lap probably, and then we will plan to just absolutely dump everything we got into this set of mediums we're about to come out on. Could come out on softs and see if we can catch up to some stuff, but I think we'll save the softs for the last stint, if at all possible. And we can almost even make it one more lap after this. Goodness. We are... I don't know that we do that or not. I think we got a pit. All right, let's go ahead and schedule our pit. We'll go again out for mediums. Nothing else is going to change. Go ahead and pit. We don't have much wiggle room. We really pushed those hards quite a bit there for a while. So I think we've used up as much wiggle room as we can. We've really got to save as much as we can for those softs at the end at this point. And we might be able to do some little bit of manipulation here as we get closer. In fact, we are within a second of this guy. So we're going to get some DRS here and there. Come on, Theo. Come on, Theo. Come on, Theo. Pit stop. Feels like it's taking forever. I mean, I know that's just including time in the pit lane as well as the actual pit stop itself, which was only 2.8 seconds. But still, it feels like worse than it actually is, I guess. Or maybe it is actually bad. And I just, you know, whatever. All right. Full on deploy. Let's see if we can gain some ground here. We've got a lot of ground to catch up on. We got fresh tires. Let's see what we can do. All right, there's some DRS right there. Getting low. Nope, didn't quite get it. Almost. Let's see, where are we at? We're over here. I'm actually going to have you overtake. See if we can get past this guy on this next stretch. And I'll go ahead and push. You know, we'll just do a quick little attack here. Can we get anything here? I feel like we came around that corner bad, though. I don't think we're going to get what we want here. Go, 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 go. Nope, we didn't quite get enough. All right. I'll go back to harvest now because I used everything on that little push there. Just wasn't enough. Okay, well maybe we got that one without actually pushing. Can we hold it? Unlikely, quite frankly.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Remember back when we were actually neck and neck with this McLaren guy? That's not happening again anytime soon. All right, he's about to pass us. Nope, we cut him off there. Big question is can Theo get back into this race? Can we put a second between us and this guy at this point? I don't think we can. Because he's about to get DRS. I just don't think we can without... Yeah, not while he's got DRS, I don't think. And we have no ERS. Yeah, there's no way. We'll get DRS back on the next stretch, though. Can we? I don't know if we can do much here, though. We'll see.
Looks like Aston Martin
No.
have just gained a race.
Just a little too far behind on that one. All right, let's go back to neutral. Just really can't afford to push much more than we already have. I don't know if Theo's gained any ground, to be honest. We can't just keep pushing him forever. We're going to harvest back up a bit. I'll go ahead and put this back on standard and balance for now. If we get a little bit of a harvest here and go back to neutral, I might push again for just a little bit. Just try and close a little bit more gap, but I don't know if that'll going to work or not. Come on, guys. We're barely even halfway through this race, and I'm already an hour and 20 minutes into this video. Like I said, it's going to be a long first video here. First video back, I should say, after like all the patches and stuff. Alright, I think at this point, there's not much. I mean, we're going to be going back and forth with this guy, maybe. Like, we're about to pass him there. Yay, us. He's going to get right back on the next one. So not much we can do here, I don't think. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I think we've pushed these cars as much as we could. We had a little bit of excitement at the beginning. I'm not expecting much more, to be honest. I'm going to go ahead and put you on... I'm going to leave you on neutral over here, but I'm going to go ahead and put you on using a little bit more fuel, go a little bit more heavy here, and see if you can get anything back. I would really love to not be last place for this other car, quite frankly. Don't know if that's going to be possible, would be nice. We are
Aston
really
Martin
burning that tire,
making
though.
play there. They've moved up a place.
We've got it down to 2.7 seconds, 2.5 seconds. Maybe there's a way for us to get this. Really burning the tires up, though. We've already used all of our cushion there. And if we have any chance of going to softs at the end. Oh, we're back within DRS, though. And we all have DRS right now. Okay. Let's go ahead and go overtake. Let's actually go look at you. Can we get it? Can we get it? Nothing here, but can we get it on the next one? I really can't use the tires anymore. We really need to try to do it without the tires going crazy. Nah, we're too far behind. We didn't get enough coming around that corner. Can we stay close enough for DRS on this back little bit here? We're going to go back to neutral for now. Not much cushion on the fuel here, unfortunately. We really destroyed those tires, though. We've burned them up. We may have to go conserve. No, I don't think we will. Worst case, we just have to run mediums again last like we planned. We just have to change a little bit earlier, which will be fine. Got DRS. And we closed it a little bit. Maybe if I hit overtake. I was trying to save the overtake for the back. The long stretch back here. Maybe that was a mistake. I'm going to put you on overtake now. See if you can get anything off this thing. Stay close, stay close, stay close. Come on, go. I just don't know that we have it. I mean, DRS hasn't kicked in yet. He's going to have DRS, though. I just don't think we have enough in it. Just not enough. Alright, that's alright. We tried. Oh, definitely not like... Did he...
Let's see what happened there.
What? Why does it say we hit the right side over here? That doesn't make any sense. That's not what just happened. I literally was watching it. Oh, you crashed. Wait, what? Wasn't I watching you? Did they both just crash?
Here's the replay. Now we see the Williams.
Why didn't I get the... Did I miss the pop-up up here? Did they both crash or was I watching the wrong one? Did I forget who I was watching for a second there? I thought I was watching you. Because I was trying to get you back into this. Maybe I... Yeah, because you're on... Did both my drivers literally crash at the exact same time? Separate from each other? Like, what? I'm going to ignore for a second because I just want to see what we're looking at here. So, we have to go mediums. We can't do softs. What in the world just happened? I think mediums will get us to the end. And I guess do we have... I honestly don't know I'm assuming we have to replace this. Even though it's minor damage, I'm assuming we do need to replace this. I really wish I'd paid a little bit more attention to what just happened there. Because I was watching one, and I think the other one also crashed, which is just... It's only minor damage, though. Still, I think the right thing is just to change it out. Watching one, both crash. What in the world? But his crash didn't seem to affect him quite as much. Or did they not both crash? Was I literally watching the other car and not realizing it? It's very possible. I'm going to have to change here in a moment. And I didn't see the replay notice, and maybe I just completely missed it, but I thought I was looking for it.
Situation is at your P18. P18.
And McLaren with a great overtake.
I'm assuming his tires got bad because of the accident, right? Like, I don't think... Yeah, because he jumped down a lot right there, right? That's the accident. Maybe something from the wing is rubbing on the tire. I don't know what could cause that, but just speculation.
Watch the white line on exit.
I think we got at least one more lap in us. I have to pit a little bit early, it looks like, though. And I'm assuming you had no damage anywhere else, right? We would have seen it by now, right? Yeah, so I guess... I don't know who I was watching at this point. I don't know what I missed, because... I need to go back and watch my own recording to figure out what in the world just happened. I'm assuming you're so far behind that there's any point. There's just no point. Honestly, just race it up. Race a safe race. Don't stress it. And, yeah. We just gotta be safe over here. I don't think there's much we can do with Hager. He's so far behind. There's no point. Just get the car home. I mean, there's still technically something we can get with Theo over here. That time I definitely... There's actually more damage now for his front wing. Alright then. Both my drivers are having a bad day. This is why you don't use young drivers. No, I'm just kidding. Can we not? Oh, I misunderstood how things work. Well, okay, no. It's not that I misunderstood how things work. I had zero expectation that both drivers would lose the front wing in the same race. Come on. Who called that? I guess we'll pit and we'll just, again, we're going to be last two places.
Take a closer look. Now we see the Williams here.
Now I get it. Here, he locked up. Fine. It happens, I guess. Whatever.
They won't have been expecting that.
But,
The team are devastated. They'll be questioning just what happened out there.
no, obviously there's no point. Oh, there's nothing we can do. We've already pit. Didn't we? Yeah. We'll just run it out.
Crash.
Oh, well.
Like a single car.
And look, Hager might get back in it. Actually, he should, because Theo is struggling to get any sort of laps going in because of that wing damage. We wanted to be on the softs. That was the plan. Didn't work. And we weren't even driving aggressively there. Like, that was literally just... They got in the entire race just fine. And then just something happened, you know? But both of them? Really? What are the odds of that happening to both of them? Obviously, we've got to get some more front wings and a backup, because apparently we do have a high chance of losing both front wings in the exact same race.
Sounds like someone's gone wide there.
It's all right. We just gotta keep on keeping on.
I think that was a crash.
Oh, did you actually get within... I mean, it's not going to happen because I was not expecting it, but wow, I'm surprised you actually caught up with him. We could have gotten 18th.
Charles Leclerc is today's
I didn't think there was even a chance. So I guess that proves to me I shouldn't give up on my own drivers, no matter how bad the front wing is. Goodness. So frustrating to lose both. All right, like I said, very long episodes, going over some of the stuff with the patch and things like that. We got some work to do. Got to get some front wings, some backups, things like that made. We might have to emergency rush them, but that's fine. We can make that happen. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We got our work cut out for us. We had a little bit of a spark of nice driving there at the beginning of the race, and then it just started to slowly fall apart there in the middle. Well, not necessarily fall apart. Just started kind of settle into where we probably actually belong, as opposed to that 14th place for a minute there. And then it definitely fell apart in the last bit there. So anyway, I do appreciate you guys watching though. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye. I wanted to give a special shout out to the following channel members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel.